Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Alan.
This is not my talk. However,
All you want.
however, I thought it would be good before talking about what we're doing now and what chronic healing Bucks County is doing now, to give you a little idea of how I got here. Because a lot of people sort of think, oh, there's nothing I can do. Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, there's a lot you can do, because this is what I used to do. I used to write these reports. You can see it's pretty big. There's a lot in here. And I wrote a lot of these for many years. This wasn't a year's worth of work. This was 2 weeks worth of work. I wrote a lot. This is US markets for breast disease detection and technologies. March 2006. I just happened to say this one. Here, look at it. Feel the weight of it. This is where I was coming from. This is where I was coming from before chronic healing. I was not somebody who grew up in a family of healers. I was not somebody who grew up seeing things, which is great for all those people who did, you know, wonderful. I was somebody with a very mainstream life, a job. I went into offices. I had meetings in offices. I typed very fast on a computer. You know, that was that life. And I found chronic healing around 10 or so years ago. There was a crisis in my family. I started coming to all these things. I started coming to Circle of Miracles things. I started so many things around here. It's wonderful. I learned chronic healing. I really liked chronic healing. I did a lot of chronic healing on my family, on my friends. And then COVID happened. So as it happened, a friend of mine, another chronic healer, and I had started a meditation night before COVID at another spiritual center. And we were doing it a couple times a month. It was great. We thought we were doing a lot, like 2 times a month. We really thought it was like a lot. Okay, it was for us, you know, at that time, it was. And people came and we worked on them, we healed them, we had a couple classes, it was good, it was great. But then came lockdown. And it just seemed like there was something more that we could do. So we went from 2 days a month to 16 days a month, 2 to 16. We started doing meditations every Friday morning, the chronic healing meditation on Twin Hearts every Friday morning. We moved our 2 Sundays a month to 4 Sundays a month on Zoom. And we're still doing ours tonight. It's a great event. It's all on Zoom. We added a Tuesday night. We added lots of other things. We added other things just for healers where they could practice. And as part of that, our community started getting really kind of great, kind of cohesive. It wasn't just 1 or 2 people who said, okay, let's change the world. It was a lot of people who started volunteering. Other chronic healers would come and volunteer. So at our Sundays online, there's usually 3, 4, 5 chronic healers who will work on anybody who Zooms in Zoom breakout rooms, and they're volunteering their time. And some of these people come every Sunday, they're always there. In fact, I see Mike Wanner there on the Zoom. Mike Wanner is one of those healers who is always there every Sunday, and people say great things about how he works on them. He doesn't have to come, but he comes because he wants to do something. He wants to give back. We started going to expos, wellness fairs and things when things started opening up last year. And last year we did 10 of them. So we have a tent, we go, we work on people, and a lot of our community, chronic healers, have come to that. Like, oh my goodness, we did one a couple months ago and there were 10 healers there. And we were working on people and people were having a great time. They didn't have to do that. But they came because it was great practice for them. They liked it. It was kind of a social time, and it was something that they could do. And at the end of the day, everybody felt great because people felt better. We did a little pranic healing. We used some of the protocols. People were saying, oh, my shoulder doesn't hurt, my knee doesn't hurt. Great. And it was just a simple thing. They came, and some of the people who came helped me set up. They helped me put the tent up. They brought food, they brought some snacks for us. Some of the healers worked on other healers because it was a long day. So those were just simple things that they could do. We started some regular in-person events as things started opening up more. On the third Thursday of every month, we have an evening of pranic healing at Circle of Miracles. Some of you guys have come to that. It's pretty awesome. And Kathy, who is also on the Zoom there, Kathy hosts that. And she learned pranic healing a few years ago. She's been using it on her family, using it on other people. She sees that it's doing some pretty good stuff. So now she's on the third Thursday of every month, she's here hosting that. And we also do it on Zoom. And some people volunteer for that. So that's pretty awesome. In addition to that, there are so many people who make a difference just by clicking on a post. If you think that putting a like on a post does not do anything, it does a lot. It does a lot. In our Facebook groups, we have 2 Facebook groups. One for everyone who comes to our events. We call it Pranic Healing After Party. It's very cool. And another just for pranic healers, where we put techniques and tips and, we help you in your healing journey. And, the people who put likes and loves on those posts, you're helping those posts get seen by more people because that's what these algorithms look for. They want to see what's the engagement. People will comment on them. That maybe they'll ask a follow-on question. Maybe they'll say, yeah, I found this. Maybe they'll say, thank you. Just that thank you. Thank you, guys. It makes a big difference because the Facebook algorithms see that and they show it to more people. So those are all ways you can make a difference. Those are all ways you can make a difference just by showing up for things. Whether you show up virtually, whether you show up in person, virtually in person, right? It's the world we live in, right? It's the world we live in. All those things make a difference. Referring friends. So several years ago, this is maybe 2014, 2015, my friend Sam Shelley, and I see him on the Zoom also. Mm-hmm. He was speaking at an event that Connie Bell Dixon was putting on in Lansdale. She was in a library and she was doing an event. And he asked me, would I like to come and be part of it and talk about pranic healing? I was like, oh, that's great. Thank you so much. And that began my getting to know Sam. He didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. He did. He did. And that was huge. And I could say so much about Sam. He let us use one of his meetup groups. He has a very large meetup group called I Don't Dwell. Same name as his book, which I bought and which is excellent. But a couple of years ago, he let me be a co-host in that group. And, kind of a simple thing. At the time, he wasn't doing much on Meetup. A lot of people were sort of moving their stuff off of Meetup and his group was a little quiet. And I said, well, we are using Meetup. And he said, yeah, you can use my group to post your events. That was huge. That was tremendously helpful. And I don't think Sam was thinking that he would change the world when he was just being a good guy, which he is. But that meant a lot to us. It meant a lot to me, and it was tremendously helpful. So these are all things that you can do. You don't have to do some big sort of thing. Just being your helpful self when you see someone who's doing something that sounds good to you. It's something that you think, yeah, that's a good thing. Click a like, put a like on their post. Bring a friend. Just do whatever little thing that you can do. Refer someone. Like if you see that this is something that maybe a friend of yours would benefit from, just mention it to them. Hey, have you heard about this? Have you heard about Circle of Miracles? It's like a really great place. They're doing something nice this Sunday. And if your friend says, oh, they're busy, okay, fine. But at least, you mention it. And if your friend hears that from a few people, they might say, well, okay, I've now heard it 4 times, I'm going to go. That happens. It happens more than you realize. It happens a lot. So these are all little things that you can do. Circle of Miracles makes their space available. I can't tell you how great it is to be here today. They're also making their space available to us in addition to one day a month, one Thursday evening a month for our evening of pranic healing. They've opened their space to our classes. We're doing a pranic healing level 1 class here, basic pranic healing on September 10 and 11. It's the 3rd time we're going to have a class here. There have been some other pranic healing classes as well, some advanced classes. This is the 3rd basic class. They don't have to do that, but it's beautiful. I mean, look at it. I love being here. It's a beautiful place. So, I can't thank them enough for that. So if you think that there's nothing you can do, there's so much you can do. And you guys know what you have. Maybe you have time. Maybe you have friends in need. Maybe you have certain skills. Maybe you're a great cook. I love great cooks. I really do. But everybody has something to bring to the party. Everybody has something. And within our group, I mean, we have one guy who, he's also on the Zoom. He's great with music. He's great with music. And on our Tuesday nights, when we do a group healing, it's very cool. We take pranic healing crystals, we direct energy to the whole group, and we play music. And he always has some really powerful music, and it's usually different every Tuesday. I don't know where he finds this stuff, but he does, right? But everybody has things that they can do. Everybody has things they can do. So, go out into the world and do stuff. Questions?